So, Nick, what about Tuesday's Telegraph? What's the Telegraph leading with?
Yeah, it's schools told to presume children can't change their gender. And this is good, if long-awaited news. So this guidance has been promised since 2018. So it's absurd that it's taken this long, but at least we've got it now. And it doesn't ban socially transitioning completely, so some gender-critical feminists are saying, look, that's not going far enough, but other people are saying, well, that would be unlawful under the Equalities Act 2010, which is still ruining the country. So it's good, though, because teachers don't have to buy into this pronoun thing. Because what people quite often miss is there's been this kind of idea that it's polite to do this. And we even see papers like the Daily Mail discussing these things, but they automatically use the pronouns of like Eddie Izzard being called a woman. So they're already capitulating. So the teachers already felt they had to capitulate. So this is good. It says, no, you don't have to do that. And as you said, I think in a tweet, there's this idea that you can't actually, surely you can't guarantee confidentiality from parents and things like that. There's also been this weird thing of keeping it from the parents, which has been a terrible idea.
You absolutely can't. As a school teacher, you're just not allowed to guarantee confidentiality to a child. So if a child comes to you and says, I've got something to tell you, but you can't tell anyone, the first thing you have to say is, I cannot guarantee that. And then if it is something that is sensitive or important, you have to pass it on to someone who does specialises in safeguard.
But some of these activist teachers have been saying, I'll defy that. And
then they'll get fired.
Isn't that incredible?
Yeah, you go to jail, more than being fired. I mean, that's such a creepy thing. It's like, you know, it's like, oh, this is just a little secret between me and you. It's like that's the exact words of, like, you know, Gary Glitter.
It's a red flag for safeguarding, that's absolutely for sure. But it's difficult, this, with the guidelines, because schools have been sort of making it up as they go along. They've been desperate for guidance. They want something very clear. The worry with this is it's not entirely clear. At least teachers won't get, you know, sacked or publicly shamed for not capitulating and using the chosen pronouns of the pupils or the chosen names. But it's still a bit unclear. I mean, the Cass Review did say that social transitioning is not a neutral act. It can, and so a lot of people have spoken about how it can lead to harm because it confirms or reinforces those feelings of gender dysphoria that the child may have. And that may be not the right thing to do. So maybe an outright ban would have been cleaner and clearer.
Yeah, and would have removed any sort of responsibility from the schools to worry about, you know, how they're going to do it. But yeah, I mean, the safeguarding thing or the harm issue is very clear. At the moment, the sort of gender ideologists are saying, well, it protects the children for them to socially transition and live as their gender identity, chosen gender identity. But the thing about that is they're not a 45-year-old man on Reddit. They're kids, and kids get, you know, are mixed up. You have all these, you know, you're approaching puberty, you're having all these conflicting ideas and, you know, you feel weird and that's why you become a goth or whatever it is. But now you've got this option to transition and then, you know, you can, you know, the school counsellor can railroad you onto puberty blockers and then surgery.
Especially if you've got activists at the school, which apparently we have.
Bring back the goths, such innocent times in hindsight.
Absolutely.
And bullying.